Now, I do believe, and from what we've learned from many episodes that we've done on mental health, the best way to really get to that recovery journey is when you gain that acceptance and begin on your journey to recovery. And today on this episode, we will definitely be having one amazing conversation with the beautiful lady next to me today. And of course, we're going to be diving deep into not only understanding her story, but also getting to understand what she does right now in creation of, the mental health awareness to people out there. So karibu sana Esther, habari yako?
Thank you so much. Mzuri sana. You're good?
Yes, I'm good. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You look great too.
Asante. So, I usually tell myself the best way for someone to give an introduction is when it comes from the horse's mouth. So maybe you can tell us, part of, being a mental health ambassador and also, everything else you do. Yeah.
My name is Esther Ndiku. I'm a mental health ambassador. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a humanitarian. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a friend. I'm so many things.
In short, you're a woman.
Yes, I'm a woman. I'm a woman.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And speaking about being a woman, a woman who has, survived through so much. You were just explaining to me that you survived, a lot of things all the way to where you are today.
Yeah.
But I'm very much interested in understanding, so where did it all go wrong? What was that thing that led to you having mental health issues?
Okay, I'm a victim of circumstances. When I say I'm a victim of circumstances, it's since childhood until my adulthood. But it's until now, my first marriage failed. That's when it hit me that I was really going through a lot. Yeah, so basically, I went through depression in my first marriage. It was not a good relationship actually, based on the foundations and all that. It was a toxic environment for me. And I came to realize that I was really depressed the moment now I was quitting.
Right.
Even though I didn't know what depression was back then. A lot of mood swings, crying all the time. Not being able to take care of myself. I can't take a bath. Do you know when someone is depressed, they can even stay a whole week without taking a bath? And I was a nursing mom. So you can imagine you're breastfeeding, but you don't take a bath.
Oh.
You think you're normal, like everything is normal around you, but actually you are completely damaged. Yeah, so it's until I walked out of that marriage, later on when it hit me that I was really damaged. It was really difficult for me. And going back to my childhood, I was raised by a single mother, but I went through a lot of trauma while growing up. And some of these issues were never addressed.
Right.
So I didn't have a mentor while growing up. I didn't know how to run a relationship. I didn't know what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a girl. So I can say my life is just whereby you're just born and then boom, you do everything for yourself. And you're growing up in this kind of perfect.
Yes.
You're supposed to be perfect. I don't know whether you understand that word.
Yeah.
You're supposed to bring good grades at home. You're supposed to have good habits. So you are appreciated only when you do good things.
Yeah.
But when you make a mistake,
Kinaumana. Yes.
Yeah, so I think that really damaged me.
Yeah.
And into my adulthood, the transitioning into my adulthood, I never had my self-esteem was very down.
Right.
I used to allow people to control me. Like I allowed someone to come in my life and to control me, to manipulate me, to abuse me. And actually it affected me more when we had these infidelity issues.
Right.
So when I chose now to walk out of that marriage, that is when now it hit me completely that I was going through hell.
Right.
And I had no one to talk to. And I remember I was painted as crazy. Yeah. Because you see, when you try to speak or when you try to say that I need help, I'm going through this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find people going to church to ask for prayers. Like, pray for my daughter, pray for my friend. You need to go and see a pastor. But for me, I know I don't need to see a pastor. I know what I'm going through.
Yes.
Yeah, so out of that, I had to run away. After coming out of my first marriage, taking my kids back to my mom. I'm jobless. I'm telling you, Manze, what I have in my hands is just my Form 4 certificate. I dropped out of college.
Yeah.
And my dreams are shattered. I'm a bad example. I remember some people used to give a bad example with me. Don't be like mtoto wa fulani. Ni nini amerudisha nyumbani.
Yes.
Yeah. So the only option I had was just to run away. When you're going through a mental problem and you're not able to speak out, you just want to run away and shut down.
Yes.
You don't want to be in that environment whereby people know you.
Yes. Yeah.
So I had to run away. I left to Dar es Salaam. And I thank God because it was therapeutic. It's a new environment for me. No one knows about me.
Yeah.
Though I knew a friend there, but at the same time, I felt good because she knew nothing about what I was going through.
Right.
You get the point? So the only way I was escaping now the depression and the bad feelings that I had about myself was through alcohol. I started taking alcohol. And actually, sometimes I usually tell people, heshimu walevi, because those were my counselors anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you go to a club, you are drinking, and then when someone is drunk, at some point they start crying.
Unafungua roho.
Unakuwa tu mreal.
Yeah.
So naanza kuambia mtu manze, mimi ni Mkenya, niko na shida, sijui nini. Hey, dada unaumia. Sasa tafanyaje?
Dada jamani.
So now opening up to this walevi actually, it gave me comfort.
I can imagine.
And you see now when you're hanging around with walevi and then the news get back home that huyu ashakuwa kusha maneno sasa. Toto wetu ameharibika.
Yeah.
So actually it even used to damage me more because I'm like, these are my friends, these are people who have accepted me.
Yes.
I feel comfortable. I don't go to drink because actually I love it, but because they have accepted me.
Yeah.
This is my family. They understand me. For you think that I'm crazy, but honestly, I feel comfortable this way.
Yeah.
But down the lane, I think it reached a point where I had to face my fears. And also the pressure from my mom to come back home.
Yeah.
Because my mom was very much concerned at the fact that I was not at home. She doesn't know what I'm doing in Dar es Salaam. There are rumors around that I'm into prostitution. Because now, from Fall Liver, what are you doing there? What kind of job can you do there? And coming back, I told my mom that I'm ready to go back to school. If you would take me back to school, I think I will do something good for myself and for my kids. And then she told me it's okay. And God is faithful. I managed to get a scholarship to study in EduLink International College. But unfortunately, that was in 2017. Remember, I've never managed to share with anyone, like in a professional way, or maybe, to come out and say, I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with depression. So when I drink, I feel good because I balance the emotions.
Yes.
So when I wake up in the morning, I have to take something, like even if it's just, some little whiskey so that I can just be those demons.
Yeah.
Sometimes when someone is depressed, especially the severe depression part of it, it reaches a point whereby you hear voices. I won't call it psychosis. We have the psychosis, but there is severe depression whereby it's like there is someone talking to you, someone telling you that you're useless, you never amount to anything. Just look at you. You're going to class. For how long will it take you to kumaliza that degree? So I have to take something because I don't want to listen to this voice.
Yeah, and it's there.
It's there
with you.
I can feel it. When I wake up in the morning, when I sleep, I can feel it. So those voices, I don't want to hear them. I want to shut down. Even when I'm in class, I remember I would just look at my lecturer. He's there talking to me, but back in my mind, I'm not in class.
Yeah.
There is that voice telling me that, reminding me that I'm a failure. I'll never amount to anything. So that was back in 2017. Na ilikuwa the era of Kilimani moms and dads uncensored.
Okay.
You remember?
Yes.
So imagine I'm struggling with depression. I've not yet healed. I'm still pained. I'm going through pain because I just came out of a failed relationship. My ex-husband back then, he's there, reminding me that one day I'll come and take away those kids. You're not a good mother.
Yeah.
What were you doing in TZ and all that? Finally I got married. Ile kukuumiza tu, like amesha move on. Obviously you'll feel bad, like this person amesha move on. Wow. So anyway, one day I'm just sleeping, and then it was in the morning, Saturday morning. My sister wakes me up. I was staying with my little sister, and then she tells me that, Esther, you're trending. And mind you, the moment I left from this country, I blocked people. I even changed my number. I changed my Facebook account. Like, I changed everything. I isolated myself. Everybody, apart from my mom, other people, I cut them off because they never understood me. So I just wanted to be alone, to be left alone. So me going and coming back, hakuna mtu alijua. So my sister tells me that, Esther, you're trending. And then I'm like, what do you mean? And then she tells me that, ingia tu kwa Facebook. And then ingia Facebook. Actually, later before ningia Facebook, kwa simu yangu ilikuwa silent, and nilipata a lot of missed calls from new numbers. And then I was like, oh, okay, you know, nakala ka excitement, maybe it's something good. Why the missed calls? Who is looking for me? And then again, WhatsApp yangu kufungua online, messages, and then I'm, what is going on? Alafu nikaingia Facebook. Let me tell you, a story was written there. The headline was the #1 Kamba prostitute.
No.
From Makueni County. And then a fake story was written there, and my 2 numbers and my pictures.
Your numbers?
Yes.
No wonder people were calling.
Yeah, people are calling me. So I took courage and I read that story anyway, because now, okay, it is what it is. Now I have to read what is written about me.
Yeah.
And it was just a fake story. I'm telling you, it was very bad. That I've been prostituting, I don't know, in East Africa. I have HIV. That is the reason why I separated with my ex, because I'm sick. He discovered that I was sick. It was written that I've left my mom, my poor mom, back at home, and I've taken my kids there. So, and now I'm back to Nairobi to continue the prostitution. People need to be careful. I'm telling you. And over 2,000 comments plus, almost 3K.
That's a lot.
Yes, that's a lot. And you remember Kilimani Moms and Dads Uncensored? The bullying.
I know. I know.
Wow. Sasa, you see, people now are tagging me in my old account.
Oh my God.
And now there is this new account, the ones who know me because they've seen my pictures now, that they are tagging me. Alafu sasa nikaingia WhatsApp, and then messages like, wah. And then there are people who are asking me, unauza pesa ngapi? How much per night? How much do you charge? So remember, now I'm already depressed. I'm already going through mental breakdown. Yeah. And now cyberbullying from nowhere. So what do we call that?
It's like the whole world ganging up against you. Literally.
Suicide now. That's the time I thought of killing myself.
Oh.
Because now I looked at it and I was like, now why should I live actually?
Yeah,
why?
After it's out there,
and
you know?
And then you know this thing of social media never forgets.
Never.
And I'm raising girls, so in the next 30 years, they will see what was written about their mom. Well, so the next minute anyway is just shutting down, talking to my sister, and my sister, remember, she asked me, is it true?
Oh.
Then I told my sister, I don't know. Yeah, you know, so, because I don't have the words. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my sister told me, don't worry, it's okay. Like, relax. I can't relax. So since that moment, I started now thinking of how I can just kill myself. And that Saturday, I pushed my sister just to leave.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, she's just like a young girl, so I'm like, kwani leo utoki?
Yeah.
Then she's asking me, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. People are calling, some I'm answering, but it reached a point where by now, nikazima simu, because it was too much. Nilizima simu. And also I had the fear of my relatives, you know, my mom. Yeah. They're going to come across that story, what will happen? Nimeanikwa. So nilikuwa naoga, and I was like, my sister akitoka hivi mimi, I'm just going to die. I'm just going to commit suicide. You had planned for that? Yeah, I started planning of how I'm going to purchase some medicine somewhere, some drugs, whatever it is, poison. And then unakaa hivi unaangalia hapa juu, unauliza hapa kuna mali naweza weka kamba. Unaona hapana. Sasa you're going to an aggravate, ununue dawa ya ng'ombe or whatever it is that is going to take your life very quickly. Yeah, and numb the pain, because me, I don't want to exist. Like, I'm coming from a failed marriage. I'm a single mom. I have nothing under my name. I look at my friends, they are doing well. You know, so when sometimes you stalk. Yes. You stalk and you see your friends that are living their goals, and the way you have nothing, literally nothing. And on top of that, the Kilimani thing. Yeah. So you're like, now, how will I survive now? Like, no one can even accept you. Yes. So when my sister left, I think that is the moment now I gained the courage to go somewhere in an agrovet. And I bought some dawa, sijui ilikuwa ni ya kutibu ng'ombe ama ilikuwa ya nini, me I can't remember. I just described something. You know, when someone is suicidal, they will just speak. And by them, mtu mwenye ako suicidal wako na confidence. They have confidence. Yeah. Actually, someone who is going to commit suicide, they have a lot of confidence. You'll never know that they are dying the next minute. You'll see them now, and then the next minute you'll be saying that, but si alikuwa hapa na sisi. No, and you couldn't see it. Yes. So I had a lot of confidence because death was just calling. And then I bought whatever I bought. I went back to the house, and that night, because I never wanted to do it mchana, I wanted to happen at night. So hiyo majioni kitu tukielekea saa moja hapo na nusu, that's the moment now I said I'm going to take this medicine. But again, I started feeling guilty. And I don't know whether it's a voice or it's my imagination. Sometimes I call it the voice of God. Yeah. I don't know whether it's a voice or just an imagination, because I felt something telling me that, Esther, I got you. You don't have to do this. Yeah. And then I'm like, then how am I going to survive? And then it kept on telling me that I got you. And then in my mind, I just saw my kids. Very innocent. And then I was like, no, I can't do it. And then immediately I just said, okay, let me forgive myself and sleep. And I slept. And I think that is the moment my reality now began. Right. Yeah. The reality to face my fears. The reality to start living. And after some days, I got courage to talk to someone online. Ilikuwa sana nene, by the mtu mwenye ana experience insomnia. I see people online mpaka kitu saa 6 saa 7, and I'm like, what are you doing online? I am people sometimes. You are people. I am people sometimes. Jiangalie, kuja hospitali. I will. Because imagine kutoka asubuhi umekuwa busy. Yeah. What are you doing online saa 6 usiku? Yes. Thinking. And what are you thinking about? So now, yes, for me, I suffered insomnia for so long. So one day at night, I'm just there, and someone online, and they ask me, what are you doing online? That person asked me. It was given to you that question. Yes. And also for me, I asked them, na wewe unafanya nini online? Yeah. But sometimes actually say it was heaven sent, because still, even though nilikuwa nimesema I don't want to kill myself, but the suicidal thoughts were still in my mind. Yeah. Because I was so scared. Now how am I going to face my fears? Yes. How am I going to face the world? And this person actually, after talking to them, I remember I told them that I'm here because I'm still thinking whether I need to die or not. You just opened up. Yes. Right. Wow. Yes. Total stranger. Total stranger. Because later on, checking on their profile, yes, no pictures of them. Actually, I think it was just like a flower. Oh my, that's God. What can we say? Have you ever visited someone's profile and then there is nothing? Yeah. At least on a picture, angalau hakuna like hata to highlight hapo. Hakuna like about this person, where they are, where they come from. Nothing. It's empty. Total stranger. Total stranger. Wow. And then the funny thing, this person was not shocked. When I told them that I'm still thinking on how I can die, they were never shocked. He kept on listening. He told me, go on. So what's in your mind? How do you want to do it? Yes. Wow. And then I was like, okay, I tried the first one, it failed. It's like God visited. Now I'm thinking on the second one. Oh my God. Alafu akasema nini? Alafu it was the like, okay, so when do you want to do it? Again now. Yes. So kumbe, now I came to understand later on when someone is suicidal, those are the kind of questions you're supposed to ask. Yes. You're not supposed to tell them, no, don't, life is good. life is precious. Don't tell someone those kind of things.
They don't want to listen.
Because you are telling them life is good. Life is not, for you it's good, for me it's not good.
Yes.
So you want to live, for me I don't want to live. So this person was like, okay, so how do you want to do it? So when do you want to do it? Have you communicated to anyone about it? No. So what's your plan? About your, so because I told them that I'm worried because of my kids. So it was like, what's your plan about your kids now when you're gone?
Yes.
Would you feel comfortable when you are gone? Do you think you will be peaceful? Your soul will be peaceful? And then now it started becoming scary.
Damn.
Yeah, like, I don't think whether I'll be peaceful when I'm gone.
Yes.
And then I remember I just cried and I typed and I told him that I'm crying and I think I need help. Yeah.
Wow.
Then akaniuliza, what help do you need?
Yes.
I told them that I just want to go and exist somewhere else, not where I am right now. And the rest is history, because out of speaking out to this person, I think I found a friend who was able to understand me, even though it took like 2 years.
Yes.
Nikuja kummeet, by the way. Have you ever spoken to a total stranger?
2 years.
Someone is supporting you. Even like when I tell him that mimi leo nasikia tu kwenda nikunywe. Like today, the pressure is too much, because you see now people are asking me questions.
Yes.
Sometimes you answer, sometimes you don't want to answer. And then the thoughts, they keep on coming. Like, this is your reality, Esther, by the way.
Yeah.
You're going to live like this. People will always ask you these questions. So sometimes I'm like, well, I feel I need to go and drink, but I don't have the money. And I dropped out of the college, by the way. I didn't continue with my studies.
Oh.
I remember after that incident, I went back to school and I met the dean of students and I told her that I can't continue. Why? I was like, because I remember when I was in class, I was looking at my fellow students and then like, you people, you don't know that I'm a prostitute, you know. But they're like, they're acting. These people are pretending. So I am isolating myself, but wanakuja. Hey, Esther, they're so bubbly. And then I'm like, you people, it's like, you don't know, you're pretending, huh?
Yeah.
So I was feeling so bad. Why are they pretending? I just want them to confront me and ask me. I need to explain.
Directly, yeah.
Yeah, directly. So at some point I went to the dean of students and told her that I'm not coming back. Why? I told her. She told me, but Esther, we're here to support you. She's a white, actually. She understood about mental health. I was like, I'm not interested. I just want to go. I won't survive. Then she was like, okay, if in any case you want to come back, because I understand, I'm always here. Yeah, I'm giving you a chance to go there and heal. Take time.
Wow.
Yeah, so now when I was with this stranger, I used to go out, I used to drink. I would tell him that mimi nataka tu kwenda nilewe. Imagine this person sends me like some amount ananiambia, okay, make sure you tell me uko wapi, uko na nani. Don't switch off your phone. That's
a guardian angel. Like, I mean, how?
I'm telling you. So now, when other people are judging me, I'm like, you people, you don't know that I have Jesus in my life.
That was Jesus.
Actually, he's funding my lifestyle right now.
Oh my God. And that's so good. That's what you need.
That's what I need.
What you
I
need
just
in
need
that
to
moment.
Be
yeah.
I need to be real. Because the reason why I was going back while I'm here in Nairobi, the reason why I was going back to drinking, I was not looking for those friendships that I had in TZ.
Right.
Because when I look at normal people, I'm like, no, they are not able to understand. I'm looking at you and I'm like, wewe utanijudge.
And I think it's healthy to do that sometimes.
Yeah, so sasa I'm like, now let me go back. Nikunywe kidogo. I remember those days we had Tribeca. Nilipata Tribeca ilifungwa. Yeah, opposite Nation Center. So I used to go to Tribeca, alafu nakaa hapo. Kidogo, woo! Inaniingia sasa. And then I start talking. So speaking out, let me tell you, it helps a lot.
It helps.
Because you might think the other person is drunk.
Yeah.
They're not drunk.
True.
And out of that, I created a network of people who are going through the same issues like me.
Right. And I think maybe just to hold that thought, time is just doing like this. But anyway, I think now when we've gotten to that point of now the recovery, the whole process, I think we can do that in part 2, where now we're going to be looking at the journey after. That was such a wonderful story, and to me, nilishinda nikipata goosebumps like so many times. I could feel it, and I think I can only commend you for being such a strong woman and going through it and having kids at the same time and stopping yourself in that moment. That was your point of victory, because look at you now. Yes, we'll be taking a really short break, but once we get back, of course, she is a mental health ambassador, so we are about to get deep into her recovery journey and just to understand how best even you who is watching back at home can get help. So please do not go far.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
It has over 80,000 members, with its presence felt through 10 branches in Kiambu and Nairobi, with an asset base of 4 billion Kenya shillings.
TAISACO was founded way back in 1992 by tea farmers.
We decided to change the name from Kiambu Tea Growers Sacco now to TAISACO, so that we can be able to bring on board other sectors, civil servants, teachers.
We have the M-banking service. Our members can be able to transact at the comfort of their homes.
We have some in the US, Dubai, in the UK as well.
Tai is the Kiswahili name for eagle. It has focus.
Sikuwa na mashini hata moja, tulikuwa tunaosha na mikono. I was able kupata loan ya kwanza 80,000, nikanunua mashini ya kwanza.
Nilienda nikapewa pesa ya loan, nikanunua ng'ombe, nikaongeza sababu nilikuwa na moja.
TAISACO, that year's journey has been a game changer to all our members.
We got 40 million from Tai with easy payment terms. I will not hesitate to recommend Tai to any business person.
Usiyakubalie maumivu ya misuli kukatiza ratiba yako. Kaluma Pain Balm ni dawa ya kusugua iliyotengenezwa kutoka kwa miche maalum ili kutuliza maumivu ya misuli. Kaluma Pain Balm. Shhh. Maumivu ya kizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Avec la participation de Jocelyne.
How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
Waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga.
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Knowledge to the best brains in the country and the region. Our members of faculty are keen to deliver market-driven programs in science and humanities with a keen focus on linkages with relevant organizations. Join us today and train with the best to become the best. Mount Kenya University, unlocking infinite possibilities.
The body of Mr. Namdi Wokiji was found at a beach house this morning.
When was the last time you saw Namdi?
At a party.
Did you notice anything strange about last night?
Are you taking money from my mother for this wedding?
You shouldn't be looking at that.
Ichi killed my son, and I want the world to know it.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Well, welcome back. With me is Esther. We've had such a wonderful session earlier on her story and everything that happened to her. But I think Esther actually happened to life, because now we'll be diving deep into understanding how best can you deal with a mental health issue, and just to learn from her. We have her here. She has had the experience. She's the best to guide you through it. So Esther, we left it at, coming out, talking about it, and maybe just to really look at the significance of those regular conversations you had with this person, and also you kwenda mahali nje, you chill, just how was it and how liberating was it?
It was very healthy because one, I managed to create a healthy network of people.
Right.
People who understood me, people who were ready to listen to me without judging me, without condemning me. Because I remember I used to over-explain myself. Like, have you ever explained yourself to an extent where by now it's like stop, but you're not stopping?
Yeah.
But at this point, the people that I was talking to, they were like, okay, continue. And then they're, wow, you're a beautiful story. So it reached out to me that the people that I had before, I had to cut them off, because at some point when you are going through a mental problem and then you have conversations with people who are not able to understand you, it becomes worse.
Yes.
But creating a healthy network of people who will understand you, people will support you, people will keep on checking up on you, it's the best decision that I made. And that was my healing journey. That is where it started.
Yes.
Being able to communicate, being able to get encouraged to continue speaking. Every day when I wake up in the morning, I get a message from someone asking me, how are you today? Are you feeling okay? Did you take your lunch? Are you taking your shower? You need to go out maybe and take exercise. You need to see the sunlight today.
Yes.
People who want me to get connected to nature, because when you're going through a mental problem, the best therapy, it's getting connected to nature. Just going out and seeing those trees, being able to maybe watch the birds in the air, it's therapeutic. So that really helped me a lot to keep on speaking out, to keep on sharing and letting it out, and gaining the confidence that I never had, being in a position to accept myself for me, for who I am, facing my fears, taking back my power to manage to control how I felt, power to not allow people to control me or even judge me, because sometimes you find people asking you questions like, did you really do that? Sometimes you want to explain.
Yes.
But this time when you ask me that question, I'm like, okay, I mean, it's up to you. Just end of it, my friend. I have nothing to explain. And also, I gave myself a chance. Because maybe my first marriage never worked, just because I was raised in a way that I went through a lot of trauma as a child, I never wanted to live like that. I never wanted my past or my bad experiences or even my mistakes to define me. I wanted to give it a chance. So finally, I thank God, because I got the freedom, and here I am today. To say that it's able to overcome. The only thing that because of what I went through, finally, after the healing and being in a position now to come out and speak about what I've been going through, I do cope with panic attacks and anxiety disorder.
Right.
Yes.
And how are they like right now? How does it feel? Just being in that whole space, because I understand sometimes these attacks and the anxiety, panic attacks, they're things that the normal person may not really understand what it is. But what does a panic attack look like? What does having that anxiety attack look like?
Okay, panic attacks, I can describe it as extreme fear. Panic attacks and anxiety, actually, it's like they go together.
Okay.
Extreme fear, sometimes it might be fear of the unknown. Sometimes they might be triggers. You might be triggered based on something that happened in your past. For example, if I went through violence and then I see, like, my mom, she went through a lot of domestic violence. So every time I see someone maybe trying to confront me, or maybe we have an argument, especially a man, it hits me that maybe you want to beat me. So I become anxious.
Right.
And I start developing those panic attacks. So it's something that I've always struggled with, but I thank God, because I manage the emotions and all that. And also, I thank God for my husband, because he's able to, I'm enjoying my marriage.
I mean, you guys have not seen him, but she's enjoying.
So he manages me. Let me just say that I'm this little girl with a lot of tantrums. So he knows that this girl, the next minute she's going to explode. So let me do this. So it's I won't say it's something bad. But the moment you learn how to cope with it, the moment you know your triggers, you are good to go. And also being in a position to speak it out. Like when you go somewhere, don't hide it. For me, I usually say, mimi, msijaribu kufanya hii, nitakimbia. Like, and then people are like, uko mwenda wazimu? No, mi si wazimu. I cope with this. It's normal. It's normal.
And I think the one thing that I've learned from you, or rather even from what I've experienced with our conversations, is that speaking out is really the key to letting it all out. Because I can tell you for sure, even personally, I've had those moments whereby something is just inakuuma, it's just here. Unasikia tu, you don't know if it's going to come out or you're going to swallow it. You just can't get it. But the moment you put it inside so much, it just blows up at some point. So I think it's really, really significant. And maybe now looking at you made a post about, your state of mind in that particular moment. I don't know what that meant for you, writing that down. How did it feel?
Well, I'm one person when I go through a relapse, or maybe I go through some of these mental breakdown, because it's normal.
Yes.
I don't want to keep it within myself. I just want to let it out. I'll cry. I will allow myself to go through the feelings and the mood swings. I just let it out, out. So whenever I write it, I feel relieved. I feel good. I'm speaking out. And also I'm setting a good example whereby just being a mental health ambassador, it doesn't mean that I'm a superpower.
True.
You need to understand that I'm a human being. I can fall into stress. I can get these panic attacks. It's normal.
Yes.
So the moment I write that post, or when I express my feelings in social media, now the ones who are going through the same thing, they are able to relate. And I get a lot of DMs actually. Every single day. Someone is going through this. Someone is going, Esther, I'm going through this, I need help. I saw your post, I'm going through this. Even though sometimes you will find bullies. People will tell you that it's not good just to show your weaknesses online, or blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like, my weaknesses are my strength.
Yes.
Because I know. I understand what I'm going through. So for me, I'm proud of me because I'm in a position to type it. What about you? You're there acting strong, but at the end of the day, you're very weak. Why can't you just come out and share it?
Yeah.
Bullies will always be there. They will tell you bad things. Even your friends might even look at you like, oh, strength of a woman, and yet you're there typing such a thing. But again, I remind myself, I need to free myself from this mental slavery. I need to let people understand it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to go out there and type whatever is happening to you. If you're feeling that you want to kill yourself, just type it. If you feel that maybe things are not working well for you, and the next minute you just want to go and isolate yourself, or you want to go and do the worst, just type it. Out of the 10 people that will say maybe negative things, you won't miss one person who will at least show you, kindness. So I usually tell people, let's be kind to one another. And that has really helped me. Ever since actually I started my healing journey, I've always typed, I've always written, I've always expressed myself. At some point, people will judge me. Today you are okay, tomorrow you are not. And then I'm like, because that is me.
It's human.
Yeah, it's human. I'm
real. Very much human.
Yeah,
very
I'm
much
raw.
Yes.
I'm just me.
Yes.
Yeah, can't you just accept me for being me? Because I'm not here to impress you.
Exactly.
I'm not here to pretend I'm strong. No. Sometimes I'm strong, sometimes I'm weak, and it's normal. It's okay.
Yes. It's part of life.
It's part of life. And actually, do you know we are losing a lot of men because of this? You have to be strong. Anyway, that's a topic for another day.
It definitely is. But actually, the whole topic about men and the whole situation, tunajua wanawake sisi ndio weshe so people come to our rescue nini, lakini shida hata si ati watu wataki kusaidia wanaume. Shida ni wanaume wenyewe ndio wajitoe waongee. It can be
lakini kwa sababu boy child amelelewa kiambua mwanaume ni kukaa ngumu.
Unakaa ngumu.
No, that is a myth. Mwanaume ni kulia pia. Like mimi leo nataka kulia, just cry and say
let
I'm not okay. Stop telling me that I'm a man. At this point I'm human. And it's normal.
I know,
yes. Whatever I'm going through, it's just normal and it needs someone to listen to me and I need help. Yeah, and I think through that we can create a healthy environment for everyone.
Very true.
We have a lot of damaged people in our society.
Very, very, very many.
We are raising a generation of damaged people. Even our kids are affected by our own mental problems.
Yes,
and it's very bad.
True.
Yeah. So
and it's getting even worse because you see how many suicide cases have we had of kids nowadays. They are on the rise and it's so scary because thinking that you may lose it and literally uongeleshe huyo mtoto vibaya juu uko na hasira umwache kwa nyumba not knowing what they are going to do.
Our teenagers are going through hell.
It's crazy. It's really, really bad because I remember even doing a story right here where mzazi alimkelelesha umeperform vibaya shule nini akafunga mlango akaenda. Mtoto alibaki huko ndani alijifungia ndani akajinyonga. 10 years. 10
years.
So in that moment, in that heat of the moment, you as a parent, super stressed out. And I think it's very important so that maybe we can dive deep into just a little bit of it through your mental health, you know, the advocacy and all of that. I believe you've interacted with many cases here and there. And I don't know, what would you say is the best advice to give to maybe parents who have kids who are probably going through these waves of depression, stress here and there? How best can parents be there for their teens and teenagers and also the ones who are not, you know, they're still young?
What I can say is that I think it's good to be an intentional parent.
Yeah.
Intentional parenting is whereby you're able to know your child. Because so many times you're busy providing.
Yes.
But we are not in our kids' lives. So understand this is a young person. They are growing. They will make mistakes. You need to be kind to them. You need to understand them. You need to learn how you're going to how you're going to help them grow in a better way, not the way we were raised, because we were raised in tough environments.
True.
You get the point? The generation of yesterday is not the same as today. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Everything is digital. You know, like I have a 10-year-old. She's able to get online and watch stuff. And then they're like, Mom, you don't treat us this way. You get the point?
Yes.
So at some point it hits you.
Yeah.
So and also apart from that, I started my own initiative. I call it the Unmasked Community, whereby I encourage people to speak out. We have different programs. It's like a support system, creating just a healthy network of people coming together, being in a position to support each other. We have a lot of empowerment programs and so much more. There is a lot that I'm doing so far.
Amazing. And time is really not on our side, but maybe just as we finalize, it's best if people know where can they contact you if at all they need to open up, if at all they need to say something, you know, just how can they get to you?
We have Unmasked Community in Facebook. We have our Twitter handle Unmasked Community, Instagram handle Unmasked Community, and Facebook Unmasked Community. Yeah, or you can always reach me out Estanduko. That's my name in Facebook.
Watakupata hapo.
Yeah, watakupata hapo.
Yeah, and maybe just as we finalize, I believe it's important. We are heading towards the festivities. What would you say is your message as we, you know, head over to Christmas? We actually had just a kind of a mini episode whereby you just kind of talked about it, you know, things that people need to look out for, especially during, you know, the festivities, because most of the time people fake a lot. Mnaweza kuwa mko na issues kwenu, but the moment you get into that family gathering, you want to fake all of it. You want to pretend like everything is okay. So I don't know, what would you say? Is it maybe should we look at it from the perspective of people actually taking this opportunity to open up to their family members? What would you say to that?
It depends. For example, one thing I've come to understand, we have also toxic families, whereby opening up is the worst thing you can do. So I'd say it's good to speak out, but also seek for people who are going to help you, like people are going to support you. If your family is not supportive and if you know they are going to hurt you, just go out there, talk to a different person. People are always there ready to listen. I'm telling you this. If it happened to me, it can happen to anyone else. Yeah, but also at the end of the day, come to Unmask. We're there. We'll sort you out. Yes.
And people can get it. unmasking. You know, they get
Unmasking,
to understand. Like,
yeah.
remove the mask.
We remove the mask. Now, this is you. This is your reality.
Oh my God. And
Yes.
this is a very crazy coincidence because just yesterday I was listening to Joel Austin and he was talking about be real. And
Yeah,
he was like,
be real.
remove that mask that you put every other time. Because even for God to help you, you have to come to him raw as you are.
Yes.
Tell him, I am not perfect. I am not okay. I need help. The
Yeah.
same way you approach that is the same way you approach life.
And actually, prayers do help.
Yeah, a lot.
There is no recipe in prayers. There is no criteria. Even if you tell God one word, that's enough.
He gets it.
Communicate to him.
Yes.
You can't see him, you don't know where he is, but just tell him that, God, I'm not okay. I need you. I'm here. Today I messed up. Today I feel this way. Trust me. He listens.
He listens and
Yes.
he comes through.
Yeah.
That big
I don't want to preach.
Karibu tuamue, preach people. But anyway, Esther, I've had such an amazing session and I think this has been one of the best episodes we've had. Producer, well, I agree to this, but this has been the best, and not just because, you know, we've had such a lovely session, but because we got to understand from someone who has gone through it and is now helping other people. I would say I've personally learned a lot, and I do believe that people back at home have taken a thing or two from this wonderful conversation that we've had today. Remember, the only way that you can get to recover, the only way you can really get to that place that you really want to be mentally is to come out and speak. There's no harm in doing that. Let them judge you, let them do whatever, but if it's going to work for you, if you need to go to a different country, you need to isolate yourself a little bit for you to be sane, you have to do whatever it takes in order to take care, you know, of your mental health. So I do believe you've learned something from this wonderful episode that we've had today. It's going to be closing off our mental health episodes, but of course we are still here on Body Garage with much more in this coming festive season. So please do have a good night.